But General Saab, one of the aspects that we have to appreciate is that the PLA and the CCP have a head start. They have a 70 to 80-year-old head start as far as the vision is concerned, and at least a 3 to 4 decade head start in terms of the preparedness is concerned. And also, they are sitting on Indian territory. They are sitting on encroached territory, and they have used that to their strategic advantage. The Depsang Plains, Aksai Chin, Depsang Plains, and a lot of the portions in Ladakh are all occupied Indian territory where they are sitting and they are trying to stake claim. They will also try and activate and create multiple fissures, and they do have the advantage of foresight, but they also have this advantage or disadvantage. We'll have to look at it. The fact that they are not a democracy, they are an autocracy. A few people will decide the direct leadership, and the head of the Western Command, Theatre Command for the PLA is now directly has the ear of Xi Jinping. So there is a certain there is a certain push which is also happening, Ambassador Parthasarathy, because the Chinese are heavily invested in this region. Their entire plan of reactivating the entire Silk Route and going all the way up to Europe, connecting it via road, is that is the BRI or OBOR, however you would want to see it. It depends upon stability in this area, and they want to secure this area. That's why they want to cut off all of POJK, that is Gilgit-Baltistan, and also one majority of Ladakh, and they want to sit on that.
Well, let me go into what I see as their basic strategy. It starts really with the Belt and Road Initiative, and they are building a highway all the way from Gilgit-Baltistan down to the port of Gwadar, so that they have entry into the Indian Ocean at the Arabian Sea in Pakistan. Now, the fact is that this has run into all sorts of problems. Pakistan is really backbroken in funding, providing funds, but they will go ahead and they will take over the port of Gwadar, as they did in Hambantota. That is almost certain, from Pakistani control. The other point is they are going to expand from there onwards to the shores, to the Persian Gulf, because that is their oil supplies, and that is really their vulnerable point, to my mind, in terms of maritime strategy. And in terms of the land, I would say we are not too badly off, because that while they may have certainly seized control in and still control Hot Springs, Gogra, Depsang, and Demchok, the real control we established last time and presence, which we can easily get back into, is on the Kailash range. And that is something which really we will have to retain, and I guess that would really form our offensive core. Anything on this frontier with China. So there is a military strategy. We've seen it through. The places we will still diplomatically get them to leave the Depsang Plains, because that gives them the road to Daulat Bey, Goldi, and then straight on to the Karakoram Pass. Too close to our borders, and just running parallel to the Tibet Road. So I think that is going to be the main challenge. But I said they will face a challenge from us along the Kailash range, which was taken by us and occupied by us for the first time during the past conflict. So, and this is the military strategy. Diplomatically, I want to say something. China has failed in many parts, and in fact invited wrath. In Sri Lanka, it's made that country into almost a colony insofar as handing over the port at Hambantota was concerned. We've prevented that in Colombo, because the southern portion of Colombo will now be with us and perhaps Japanese, and we will be constructing it. And more importantly, military supplies which come to us will come to our portion of Colombo owned by us. So China will have to think twice. And lastly, I think in the case of the Indian Ocean, you must remember the US has a fifth fleet comprising 2 aircraft carriers, several submarines, and so on, to guard their oil routes in the Persian Gulf operating out of Bahrain. They have exercised very closely with our Western Fleet Command, and therefore You know, China should remember, if it goes too far, India and America together control the 3 lanes of lines of communication for their essential oil supplies. They are putting in a couple of $100 billion into Iran, or so they have claimed.
Yeah.
But that has earned the wrath of the Arabs and Saudi Arabia and so on. So diplomatically, we're reasonably well placed. The question is now integrating. As the general mentioned, even in the recent G7 meeting, the good thing with President Biden is he has got the developed countries of the world, notably European Union and Japan, to join in a concerted effort to be able to contain this flowing Chinese influence in this region. So we have a diplomatic component to it. We have to be ready because, as I said, I worry of their plane presence in the Depsang Plains. It's just too close to Daulat Beg Oldi, and I'm sure we'll do what is necessary. I think we have done pretty well, and I'm very pleased and happy with the army for what they have done on the Kailash range. For the first time, we can even threaten.
Correct, but that's the point, sir. Since